Hello, everybody. First and foremost, thank you for being patient. Hope you all had a lovely Thanksgiving break, holiday week, whatever, time with your families, things of that nature. I did. It was nice. It was such a nice break. Tonight we're gonna be recapping Bachelorette. I believe this is week 8. Week 8 of the Bachelorette. So we're gonna recap that, but before we do, per usual, please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, so that you know when my new videos come out. Follow me on Instagram at Rach. That's where I'm gonna put all my updates, all my everything. If you've watched my videos before, you know the spiel. That's where you get your news about what I'm doing, where I'm going, and anything else. Also, hit the notification bell if you'd like to get notifications when I put new videos out. I'm working on something new, so hopefully we'll be having new videos about new something in the next week or so. Right now, we're doing Bachelorette and Cooking with Rach on the weekends. So Cooking with Rach will be coming up this weekend. So yeah, don't forget to subscribe and like this video and comment down below what you want to see from me next. So without further ado, here is our Bachelorette recap. As you see, my computer is not open tonight and my hair is wet and I've got my grandma sweater on, so clearly I'm ready to watch the Bachelorette, right? Here we go. I didn't take any notes because I wanted to try something different. I wanted to just sit there and enjoy the show and see what my recap would end up being after that without having to worry about taking notes the whole time. But I will say, I definitely enjoyed watching it, not taking notes. I'm sure, you know, that's understandable, but I did enjoy it. I do like my note taking so that I can hit all my points, but we're just gonna go through it and see how it goes, and hopefully it won't be too long and too much of me rambling. So here we go. So from what I can recall from the beginning of this episode is that there was a one-on-one, there was a group date. Why is she always thirsty when I'm recording? Oh, we have another visitor. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. Hey visitor, how are you? You wanna sit? You wanna be a part of the video? Say hey. This is my baby. So from what I can recall about the first one-on-one date, it was with Zach. And Zach has never really stood out much to me, but I do remember what he, you know, looks like. And now that we're actually getting to know these men and know, you know, what they look like and, you know, a little bit about them, his date seemed really nice. Like, they went and they did this wedding date thing. So they like took wedding pictures, and at first she was very nervous and he was like, you know, do you want to do this? How do you feel? You know, are you okay? And then, so they go ahead and they take these pictures, but then they talk later and she actually finds out a lot about this guy. Like, she finds out that he has also been married. He was very heavily into drugs and he kind of had a dark past, and I think that kind of brought them closer because he wasn't super open, and then this really made him open up. And I think that this entire episode was them opening up to her, like every single part of it almost. As the episode was progressing forward, I was like, man, this is like an old Bachelorette episode. Like, everything's going in order, everything is doing what it needs to do, you know, dates, ceremony, you know, cocktail party, all, you know, all in order. All the dates, the cocktail party, the rose ceremony. I spoke too soon. But anyway, so his date was kind of all about opening up and speaking to each other and getting to know each other better, which was really lovely. And they ended the night on a Ferris wheel. Like, it was so cute. And she gave him a rose, and they seemed to get along very nicely. He very much impressed me on this episode. So I was like, okay, sorry, okay. So I'll remember who Zach is now. Then they did a group date. And the group date, it had everyone else except for Eazy. So that means Eazy got the next one-on-one for this week. So he was really happy about that. They were actually honestly happy about it for him. I think it was his time. I think that he needed that. But before we get into his, one-on-one, the group date was also very eye-opening and very important. Like, this was a very serious episode, I feel like. Basically, what they had to do, and I don't remember the rules word for word, but they had to paint or craft or whatever something memorable and something that kind of showed her who they were, like, deeply. And so a lot of them really, really opened up and really said some valuable things. Riley was one. He was very open. I encourage you to go and watch this part of the episode because I could not begin to tell you like who said what, but I remember the few that Riley's was a standout, Ivan's was a standout for sure, and also Brendan. And honestly, those are my like favorite three right now. I think is those three, and are those three. And I really, really liked them all. And the way that they presented themselves and the things that they said, it was very genuine and very like personable. And they just seemed really lovely. So I hope they go far. I thought that all of the men were very open and it was very nice. But I will say, moving into the next one-on-one, it was a totally different dynamic. They, Eazy and Tayshia went on this like ghost hunting date, which those kinds of things, they intrigue me so much. So I was like, okay, I would never do it, but because I'm a fraidy cat. But they went and they read like this history of the resort that they're at, and apparently it was this guy and he lived there back in like the early 1900s, and they kind of explored some certain parts of the resort that things happened that, like he may have died and his wife may have died, and different things like that. And so they made it real spooky and scary and whatever. And so I just thought it was a real kind of fun date, lighthearted date. But for what she was looking for with him, like she wanted to get deeper with him. I don't know how much that date did her well for trying to move forward with Eazy. So unfortunately, Eazy did not get a rose, and he went home. She didn't want to move forward with him. She said she didn't really feel it. She didn't feel that he was it for her, and he was like, you could tell that he was like pissed. He just kind of turned his nose up, and he was over it, and he was ready to go. And that that made me kind of sad because like I liked him from the beginning. So I was really sad that he kind of just turned his nose up and he was like, meh, I'm done. You know what I mean? Like he didn't care to even speak to her really. So that was sad. I was sad to see that he acted that way, because he didn't get his way. So that was it for the dates. And I will say, rewind a little bit. At the end of the group date, Ben got the group date rose. Ben literally took off his robe. Like he went and got naked and took off his robe, and then he told her this really heartfelt, meaningful story. Again, go watch this part of the date. Go watch the episode, because I can't even begin to get into the stuff that they did on the group date. Anyways, fast forward. Another side note of what happened in this episode is that Chris Harrison, all the rumors were true, but Chris Harrison did go away for a while to go help his son move into college. Well, JoJo came in and she hosted for him for, I'm assuming this week, next week, because she was also on the next week preview. But it was a breath of fresh air. I love Chris Harrison and I hope he never goes away, but it was kind of cool because I really like JoJo. She's really genuine and lovely, and I just like her so much. So it's cool to see something new. She came in at the end of the episode and she told the guys that Tayshia was feeling a little uneasy and that she wanted to speak to Noah and Bennett before the cocktail party. And basically saying that she's only going to keep one of them. So it's kind of like an impromptu 2-on-1 date, but not really a date, just a conversation. They got ready and went in early. Well, Bennett brings this box and he says, hey, I have a gift for you. And honestly, from this point on, like up until this point, I wanted to give him the benefit of the doubt, but it's kind of hard to when he's being really like, he's acting as Noah's superior. Now, Noah is definitely not innocent in this, but he's acting too much as his superior and kind of like, oh, I'm older than you, so I'm going to be like your dad. And I don't like that. So I'm kind of fed up with how he's acting at this point. He's really treating him like he's nothing, and that's not fair, and that's not right, and he doesn't even know him. So you should never treat someone like that. So anyway, so he brings him this gift, and it has 3 different things in it. One of the things was a red bandana. And basically, he was trying to relate to him on some sort of level, saying, you know, that he did like the country, the farm, the this, the, you know, whatever. And so, and he also said that it's red because he doesn't want to have any bad blood. The next thing was some Mustache Socks. And apparently it's socks that Bennett had already worn, and he said, oh, they're clean, I washed them, and the only mustache that should be worn is on your feet, is what he said. And I was like, that is really low. Like, if you're supposed to be older than him, you should act older than him. That's what I'm gonna say about that. And then he gave him this book, and apparently it was this book about all the ways that you can be better, and that, you know, he could read it and really benefit from it. But the way that he gave it to him was, this is all the things that you lack and you suck about. And if you read this book, maybe you'll learn how to be a man, essentially, is what I got from that. And it was really ugly. And apparently there were like 4 key points throughout the book. He had one of them, and he was very lacking in the other 3. And I'm just like, who are you to tell someone who they are and how they are and speak of their character that way when you truly don't even know who they are? Now, again, Noah's not innocent, so I'm not defending him by any means. However, I think Bennett was totally in the wrong here, and it was really rude and really ugly. And so then Tayshia comes in and speaks to them for a little bit and kind of calls them out on their teenage boy drama, which is exactly what it is, and neither one of them are teenagers or anywhere near it. And it kind of just cut there. And I don't really know what she's going to do. The preview of next week looked very interesting and drama-filled per usual. So I'm excited for that. I'm ready to watch it. I can't wait. But yeah, so that was kind of flying by the seat of my pants recap of The Bachelorette this week. So I hope you enjoyed it. I have as well. Again, don't forget to subscribe to my channel so that you know when my videos come out. Every Tuesday, I will have Bachelorette videos. Every weekend, either Saturday or Sunday, I will have a Cooking with Rach video. Within the next week or so, I'll have something else coming your way. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. Hit the notification bell so that you know when my next videos come out. And also follow me on Instagram at @ActuallyRach. That's where all my updates, my news, my quick things, and all that jazz. I'll interact and be friends with you. Follow me there, again, at @ActuallyRach on Instagram. And I will see you all again this weekend for Cooking with Rach. And if not, see you again next week for another Bachelorette recap. Thanks for watching. Bye.